been going on for 200 years.
Well, you got 11 days before the next governor's elected. Make use of it.
Hopefully that can happen. Well, my second one's a little on a local side. I'm the director of tourism in Butler County, and welcome everyone, because half this building's in Butler County. Thank you for coming. The other one, my question, I know you opened up the new lodge at Bald Eagle State Park. That will help offset some cost factors in the state parks. At least it should if it's done properly. What is the opportunity for other state parks to create lodges so that we can bring folks back into the park to teach them stewardship of the property?
Right. Great question. And for those of you who don't know what he's referring to, we opened up the Nature Inn at Bald Eagle State Park, which is an 18-room, eco-friendly inn. It's essentially a bed and breakfast, designed to essentially deliver stewardship messages everywhere you look. So it's a LEED certified building. We have all kinds of interactive displays. It's a big birding area at Bald Eagle. Every aspect of the building was intentionally designed to have an interpretive element, to talk about stewardship and to show how some of these stewardship messages can be carried into your daily life. There's energy monitors in the rooms to show how you can cut your own costs at home, et cetera, et cetera. Realistically, I think the inn will at least cover its costs. Will it make us a ton of money? I don't think so. I don't think it's realistic to expect any particular facility to be a cash cow. In fact, at least one candidate for governor has talked about privatizing state parks and bringing in companies that will cherry pick some operations that actually do generate revenue and let's peel them off. I'll give you some facts. DCNR's total budget is about $153 million a year. Your tax dollars only support about half that. The rest is generated from income from activities at state parks. It's generated from cutting timber on the state forest, and it's tapping revenues from the oil and gas fund. So citizens are paying 50 cents on the dollar to operate your state parks and your state forests. Frankly, it's unrealistic to expect a system. I think it's unwise to expect a system to go to a pay-as-you-go system. We shouldn't run the state's natural resource agency off resource extraction. We shouldn't charge entrance fees at state parks. We should have open, free public parks. That was Doc Goddard's vision when he built the state park system, so that the richest person in the state or the poorest have equal standing, and they have a constitutional right to access their natural resources, and they should have equal standing. They shouldn't have to pay to get in. But having said that, I think we do need to be creative, and the intention behind the Nature Inn was to not only deliver a stewardship message and to offer a continuation or an extension of the spectrum of overnight accommodations at state parks. There's a lot of folks that don't want to sleep in a tent anymore, that don't want to stay maybe even in a cabin. They want a nice bed and they want a TV at the end of the day. Then they want to go out and explore the next morning. So we want to give an opportunity for folks to come into the system and interact with the natural resources and extend that continuum. And I'd like to see us replicate that around the state park system where it makes sense. And there's a plan, at least, or an intention to replicate this at least 5 or 6 more times where it makes sense. And to take those overnight guests and push them out into the local economy. The Nature Inn doesn't have a restaurant because we want to push people out into the local economy, spend some money locally. So we're going to learn, I think, a lot of lessons from this inn as we go forward. I think we need to look for those kinds of strategic and creative opportunities to attract new visitors, to connect more with the local economy. That's how you build more visitors. We actually had a 13% increase in visitation in the state parks last year, up to 38 million people come through the state parks, and we certainly want to keep at least that level of visitation going forward. Because, as I said, every dollar invested in state parks returns 10 to the local economy. And there's all kinds of benefits to this. An agile park system, the best managed in the country, needs to continue to look for ways to innovate and to connect and most importantly, deliver a stewardship message. And we've been able to do that with the Nature Inn at Bald Eagle, and we'd like to continue to do it. Any other questions? Stunned or just stuffed from lunch? Okay, well, seeing none, really appreciate the opportunity to be here. Appreciate your indulgence with the rant. But I do think it's important, folks, that we assess the political landscape, that we all commit ourselves to be a part of the political discussion, to make sure that this incredibly important work that you do continues to thrive, continues to build communities, continues to build sustainable economic prosperity for the state. The stakes are extremely high. You do important work, and it really needs to continue.